Aloha everyone, what is really good my dudes? Today is May 17th, 2021, and we got another RuneScape update for y'all. Today is a standard patch week with some bug fixes, etc. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go!
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, before we jump into the patches, a couple of announcements. Elder God Wars, the next chapter, is going to be revealed later this week on Twitch. So we're finally going to get some progress with the Elder God Wars storyline. This is obviously a continuation from Azanadra's quest, so we're going to get a full reveal very shortly. I'll cover it on the channel when we get it. Next up, the wishes that they talked about with the login lockout are coming very soon. Ninja Team's working hard on them. We are going to get more information with tomorrow's Leads Q&A live stream regarding the wishes, and we'll get a news post later in the week. The release for them is planned currently for Monday, May 24th. And starting tomorrow on the 18th, Prime Gaming accounts can redeem 1 week of free RuneScape membership if you have your RuneScape account linked. So that can be claimed tomorrow, May 18th until June 22nd. 7 days of free membership. With that said, we're going to now shift on over to the patch notes and see what's been changed with today's update. So let's go ahead and check it out. Starting off with achievements. Fixed an issue with the achievement unlocking Waiko 2, where the Hunter and Hanto outfits were being marked as complete when they were not. The Lumbridge Skilling Path achievement, A Labor of Loaf, can once again be completed. Since the Cockroach Soul can now be added to the Slayer Codex, you'll now need to have one for the To Be a Master achievement. Moving on to animations. Fixed a minor animation issue when using a Slayer dummy. Weapons will no longer appear upside down in the customization interface when previewing the Twisted Gesture walk animation. Fixed an animation issue with one of the King Black Dragon heads. The idle animation will no longer play over the Horned Rock trapping animation. You will no longer continue performing a channel animation during a certain segment of Beneath Cursed Tides, and the Heart of Spring and Heart of Autumn teleport animations now display correctly in the wardrobe preview. Moving on to some other changes. Your ability cooldowns will now be reset after clicking out of the prayer mode swap confirmation screen at the Altar of War. Using the Needle Strike ability no longer results in increased damage upon changing primary target. Cows, bulls, and chinchampas in the player-owned farm will no longer appear without color if textures are disabled. The Calgarian Demon's Critical Scrolls will now hunt for nearby players all around the familiar rather than only in the southwest corner of its footprint. Fixed an issue where the Sarengabo's special attack debuff was cleared too quickly. Premium beards now work correctly. Disabling textures will no longer cause the blue and purple toadstools in the Lost Grove to display incorrectly. Players wearing the Master Farmer outfit will now receive a discount from Horatio when asking him to guard off their vines. The quest overview screen for Mourner's End Part 2 now points to the correct quest start point. Missing Slayer Masters have been added to the Slayer Holiday portal. Dragging the Mighty Slayer Helmet F into Worn equipment will now equip it instead of opening the teleport options window. The Taskmaster emote now unlocks as expected. Quest journal text for the Giant Dwarf now has greater detail and clearer hints. Blue box map highlighting has been added throughout the Giant Dwarf. All references to Incamdo dwarfs have been corrected to Incamdo dwarfs with dwarfs lowercase. Players no longer become cursed after upgrading their membership and logging into RuneScape. A particular mining rock in the Three's Company saga no longer clips into the scenery. Several pets can now be summoned on free-to-play worlds. The Black Axe can now be added to your tool belt. The Ring of Forging's effect now works correctly when smelting iron bars in New Varrock. You can no longer obtain Reaper stacks from any kind of combat dummy. The spoiler in the final cutscene in the Ritual of Majorat no longer slides into view. Players will now require 2 free backpack slots to collect captured animals from box traps due to an error where animals would be dropped as items if the backpack was full. Players can no longer interact with the elemental balance in the player-owned house if they are using Revolution Combat mode. The Crassian section during Beneath Cursed Tides has been made more friendly for mobile users. The Dreadnought music task now unlocks as expected upon entering the Dreadnought boss room for the first time. The death penalty modifier now shows as expected on the end screen after completing a Demonheim dungeon. Dwarven Chain Axe abilities now work when wearing the full Nature Sentinel outfit configured to consume logs. A staff will now spawn on the ground during the fight with Chronozon in Dominion Tower. corrected a situation which could lead to players becoming stuck in the gelatinous abomination cave in the Birth Orb tutorial. The floating treasure hunter keys UI element will no longer appear on the top of cutscenes if it was not closed prior to the cutscene. Fixed an issue that prevented players with both the smelting gauntlets and the ring of forging equipped from smelting 60 iron bars at once. It's no longer possible to use a growth surge on an adult legendary pet under certain circumstances. The Sign of the Porter 7 icon will no longer be removed from the buff bar upon relogging. And finally, using soils from the archaeology skill on one another no longer opens up an herb lore UI. That is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there, check them out. With that, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet, you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. And I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.